Hello everyone. So we are here today to check how can you do or farm 2 to 3k caps per day. So this is very easy and you need around 1 hour to do all of it. And it's basically a compilation of tricks and tips from my other guides. And yes, it does work. So basically all you have to do is collect cap stashes in certain areas and sell junk to all the faction vendors out there. As a result, you'll get a lot of caps. So let's check the route first of all. If you have checked my other routes to farm caps, then this route might be familiar to you. That's because it is about the same, but I'm integrating locations from even other guides. So it's a big way, but you don't have to spend too much time in each one of them. So in the end, all you need is caps to travel around and, do what's needed to be. Also, if your base is close to any of these locations, then you might want to switch the route a little bit to your convenience. Otherwise, you can, do as you prefer as long as you go to all these locations. Alright, before we start, let's check the perks that you need to maximize the profits and make things easier. The first one I would say is hard bargain, because you're going to be selling to every faction vendor out there. So this means that you get to sell less things for more. That's always great. The second perk that is very essential is the travel agent, because you need to be traveling across multiple locations. So that will make each traveling cheaper for you, and you get to save some caps that way. And the third perk that I think you need is the Lone Wanderer. Not exactly, it's not essential, but it will make things easier for you. You'll take less damage while fighting or dodging enemies, and you get to recover your stamina faster as well. And the other two perks that you need are Cap Collector. I would maximize this perk because it will give you an increased or almost 100% chance to find more caps every time you search a cap stash. It's really great to have this perk. Without it, farming cap stashes is basically useless, so please make sure to have it. And the last perk that I think is very essential is Fortune Finder, because whether there is a cap stash or not, this perk will identify it for you with a sound. So when you are close to a cap stash, it will make sounds and you are aware that it's there. So it makes your life much easier. So make sure to get them, or, if you don't have enough points, start with the Cap Collector and the Fortune Finder, and then you can get the others if you can, or if you find they are suitable for you and this route. I think they do, but it's your choice in the end. Alright, so the first location is the Blackwater mine, and here you have 2 cap stashes and some rats to kill, mole rats, and they normally drop a few caps as well. So just head here and clear the place, because they actually hit hard if you don't kill them. Then either look for the junk to sell or check for caps, or both of course. In this run, they didn't drop that many caps, only 3. But I did find the 2 cap stashes, so that's a great thing. There's also a bench here if you wish to scrap anything at all. And the first cap stash is right here, but the search function didn't trigger, so I walked away to the other one. And this one did, so there you go, 21 and 14 caps. To start with, that's not bad. So now you can go back. Basically the trick is to stop hearing the noise from the cap stash. Then you go back, and there you go, the search is there now, and you can get more caps for it. Now we can head to the Whitespring station, is the closest point, and you can sell all the junk and stuff you don't need to make 200 caps. Also, I'm going to exclude all the Whitespring cap stashes because I can never find them really, and normally if I find one by server jumping is just 1 or 2, so it's really not worth for me. But if you guys know the locations and it works for you, then go ahead and do it as well, and you will end up with even more caps at the end of this road. So as you can see, I'm selling most of the things I collected from the mole rats and some other things. And bang, 200 caps are mine. Now you can go to the Whitespring Service Center where you can find 2 cap stashes and the Enclave vendors to also get 200 caps. So it's a different faction from the Whitespring. And the first cap stash is up here on the roof. The search function is there, click it, and 31 caps. Not too bad, not too good. Then we can keep moving and head inside. And you can sell all your junk to the entry vendors. You don't need to lose time to visit the others because they are all part of the same faction. So unless you want to check something, like the armory vendor that usually has some decent mods for your power armor, then sell everything here. And you can go and look for the other cap stash. There you go, another 200 caps. Very, very easy. So it should be here, under this computer. But the search is not there, so let's walk away a little bit. So in here I want to check the armory vendor, which is just ahead. And then I came back to look if the search was there now. And it was. So click space for search and wow, a lot of caps. Next point is at the Riverside houses, right here. There are 4 houses that you want to explore, and the first is the Overlook cabin for me, but you can start at any other at your choice, it doesn't really matter. And the first cap stash is right here to the right side in this shelf, but no search function, so I will walk around and kill these low scorched. And then I will return to search the cap stash and get my caps. You can also explore the lower level because there are quite a lot of junk and you will need stuff to sell. Also, these balls give plastic. I'm very low on plastic, so I was picking them up. And some medicine, they sell extremely good at vendors. And then we get to search and wow, 50 caps. That's pretty decent, I would say. Okay, so let's go to the next house. And you go to your left side basically. And for this one, you need to have Marsupial, the mutation. Otherwise, you won't be able to jump high. If you have a jetpack for your power armor, I think you can get there as well. But without any of them, it's not possible to get here. So you might want to skip it if you don't have the mutation or the jetpack. And wow, 100 caps. That's very, very extremely good. Let's keep moving to the next house. Be careful while landing out of your power armor because you will take lots of damage. Fall damage in this case. And the next cap stash is here in this lake, in this broken safe. Search it. And another 42 caps. It's going pretty good. So I only had to server jump twice, I think, in the entire process. Just keep in mind that once you loot a cap stash, you won't be able to get any caps from it in the next 24 hours. So they are like instance containers now, just like medicine boxes pretty much. No search, so let's walk away from it a little bit. Should be enough. And let's go back. And there it is, the search function. Another 36 caps. And that's it. Let's move to the next location, which is nearby. It's the Riverside Manor, and you can either walk or teleport there. It's very close to the houses, as you can see. And there are 2 cap stashes there. The first is in the garage. It's right here, close to the medicine box. And search it. 86. I love when it gives that many caps. Then you should get inside and go upstairs. You can ignore most of the scorch. I know they are annoying, but they take a long time to kill because there are so many. Just open this door and head to this room, and under this bed there is another cap stash. And 136, that's one of the best incomes I ever got so far. Okay, so we're done here. You can either kill them or run away and get out of there, because we need to go to our next location, which is the Charlestown capital. So this is a very optional one. If you walk by, you can just kill the monster and get around 20 caps for free. This monster, it's a Grafton, it always drops caps, so between 15 and 20, at least in my experience. He dies in a few hits, and he's also on the way to the next location, so you don't lose much by just walking by and killing it. Okay, so the next is the Charlestown Herald, and there are 2 cap stashes there. Just go there and follow my lead. So it's in this building. You have to go up there and then through this door. Basically follow the red arrows in the floor, walls, whatever. The first cap stash is here. Search it, and almost 100 caps, damn. It's going pretty well, huh? And now you need to keep going forward. Here. Go upstairs. And the next one is in this little computer, but no search, so let's walk around until there's no sound anymore. Can be tricky here because it's a small space, so just walk all the way outside. No sound, so let's return now. I tried to get up there through this bridge, but it doesn't work, so let's go the standard way, and now you can search it. Only 28, but that's how it is. Sometimes you get a lot, sometimes not so much. Okay, so the 8th point is a Charlestown station, where you can sell a lot of things that you have collected. So while you're doing this, while searching for cap stashes, make sure to collect as many items as you can without getting over encumbered. That way you will always have things to sell without having to go to a specific spot to kill, to loot, scavenge, whatever. Just do it while you're looking for the cap stashes, and everything is easy and quick too. And there you go, 200 more caps for you. Now let's head to the Poseidon energy plant, where there are at least 10 cap stashes. This is a very, very nice location to farm. And you can start here at the tent. It's just outside of the plant, to the right side. And I found 42 caps here. And the server was extremely laggy for some reason. And the next one is just in this tent here. It took forever to load, but eventually it did. Gladly it had the search function there, and 47 more caps. And now we have to head all the way up there through the stairs. So just ignore the scorch, they are very low level, they will hardly hurt you. So just don't stand still, keep running. And you won't take that much damage. So the first cap stash is all the way up in a small room. Just ahead in this small office room. In this corner here. No search, so let's go back a little bit and then again until the search shows up. There it is. And 33 caps. Not bad. So now we go all the way forward towards this power plant. There is a hidden cap stash near a dead body normally. Also there's some medicine and food. It's a nice small place. And a bubblehead. I found I think 2 or 3 so far. They're not that common, but eventually one will show up. So no search, I had to go back and now the search is back up. And 47 more caps for us. Okay, let's go back. And ignore the scorched unless they get in your way. And there is another cap stash just ahead. In here, on top of this machine. And no search again, so let's go back now, it should be enough. Yes, it is. 97, damn, that's great. There is another cap stash just below us. In here. In this corner. Only 22, but that's okay. He will get better, I'm sure. So I was thirsty, had to drink some water, but then you have to head all the way down towards the power plants. But I didn't realize that the power plant was active, so you don't want to do this. I just did because I didn't realize, and then I was too lazy to actually server jump because I was playing with a friend. And I took these 44 caps and almost died. So I got out and recovered my HP and went in again. I took the challenge, okay? Don't blame me. I know it's not the smartest thing to do. You shouldn't do it, okay? Just don't. You'll probably die. And you have to go all the way up. There is another cap stash in the small office room on top of a safe here. Search it and be careful with the scorch or, you know, misclicking in the safe. But I got the 33 caps and again almost died for it. Had to use several steam packs and get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. Okay, so the next spot is on the other power plant, right to it, and again you want to go all the way up. There is one cap stash right here near this machine and controller on the floor. And 60 caps, but, well, no search, but I was about to die, so I just took the 60 caps anyway. And the last cap stash that is outside is this one here, near this machine, on the floor. Search it, and 22. Alright, so that's about it for the power plant. Let's move to the next one at the Watoga Emergency Services. There is usually one cap stash inside. I didn't find it, but I still provided the location for you. And this is an amazing place to get medicine and all sorts of stuff to sell. There are 2 sellers nearby, so you might want to come here to get plenty of stuff to sell. Make sure to check all the medicine boxes and in these metal containers because there's a lot of things you can pick up. Like Radaways, Rad X, Mentals, boosters, a little bit of everything. So in here you will either find super mutants or ghouls. Wendigo sometimes. So the last guy here is usually a legendary or a boss. And don't mind me, I died here for some reason. I wasn't looking at my HP. What a noob. I really felt like a noob, to be honest. And my friend got me back up very quickly, and we finished the remaining super mutants. If you are in a team, make sure to leave something for your friend, because everything that is not inside a container is shared. So if you pick up everything, your friend won't have much to pick up. So this is best to do alone. And the cap stash is supposedly to be inside this fridge, but it doesn't always spawn. And there the legendary that drops some nice stuff and some caps. So just pick as much as you can to sell in a little bit, and we can head up to the shopping plaza to the Brotherhood of Steel faction vendor to sell for 200 caps again. So just sell everything you've picked up, or enough to make 200 caps, and you should be good to go. This is a very nice way to farm caps. It's just so easy and so quickly to do it. And yeah, we can now head to the Watoga High School, where you can find caps and 1 cap stash normally. So the cap stash is in this first room. I don't know, it's right to the left when you enter from the main door. There's also a computer here as a reference and a safe. It should be very easy for you to find. Unfortunately, the place had been cleaned or farmed before, so I couldn't find ghouls or anything to kill really, so it was pretty much empty. We were just looting things we found around, and that's it. So now you want to go and sell the rest of your stuff to the Watoga station. It's a different faction and it's very, very close. So make sure to go there and sell as much as you can for another 200 caps. If you don't have enough junk to sell, then you can go to the Watoga Civic Center or just go around and kill robots until you get enough stuff to sell. So you are in an area with a lot of enemies and stuff to loot, so it shouldn't be hard for you. Now if you always want to make 200 caps, then you need to make sure to sell the most valuable items first and then leave the least valuable ones for the end. In this case I was not able to make 200, only 199, but that's okay. The next stop is at Harper's Ferry, where you can find the Free States faction vendor. And again, you need a lot of things to sell, but good news is that there's a lot of things to kill here. You will either find super mutants or scorched ghouls, and they all drop nice things such as weapons, medicine, armor, even caps. So super mutants normally drop caps, as you can see. So pick their grenades and gunpowder. Just don't pick ammo because you can't sell ammo and it's a waste of inventory space in my opinion. Unless it's ammo for your weapon, of course. And the vendor is right here. There are also things around for you to collect, and then you can start your journey to sell enough for 200 caps. And don't sell your weapons. Sometimes it happens, or your armor, when the game doesn't tell you what type of armor you are wearing. Now in here, if you want, you can keep going and you will find even more enemies around. And if they are super mutants, or even ghouls. They normally drop some caps, so you get the chance to farm even more caps by going around and killing enemies. Or you can start collecting more items to sell to the last vendor. That's also a great idea. There's plenty of enemies here for you to do that. So feel free to kill whatever it is here for you. And collect items, caps, and everything else that you think will be good for your next journey to a vendor. So I could have put it here because you don't need to see me fighting everything. Just make sure to loot all the caps at least. And then you can head to the Pleasant Valley Station. It's the Raiders' cellar. And you can make yet again another 200 caps. Remember, this works every single day. Every 24 hours you can do this and make up to 3k caps. Or even more, if you find more cap stashes, if you are luckier than me, then you might make more than what I did. So this is a very, very reliable way to make caps and make it your routine. This way you will probably not run out of caps that easily anymore. Besides, most of the recipes out there will be within your reach. You just have to do this every day and save for your next big purchase. Alright, I'm Marta Branco. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this new guide on how to make caps, lots of them in Fallout 76 after patch 5. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!